Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to your reading. As you know, you're a sovereign being. You don't need the cards, you don't need me either. But we're only here to reflect back to you your own light. So let's see, what are you ready to remember today? We have we have the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. And I'm listening, I'm hearing something in my head saying, you are ahead by a century. So usually when I'm hearing something in my head during the readings, it usually makes sense to people. So maybe that will resonate with you. Maybe you felt like in the past you were ahead of your time. So you had information, you had feelings, sensations that were not common around you. Um, and it might sound fancy to say you are ahead of your time, but it might rather feel lonely and scary many times, especially if people around you are not ready for this sort of gift, we say. Um, so we have here the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. And the Emperor is talk about this divinity, this divine self. So you most likely um, already in touch with your supreme being, with the higher version of you, which nothing else uh, is nothing else than yourself. So maybe in the past you saw this as something that you need to reach higher. But for those cards here, it's giving me lots of God self-awareness. You are finding or you're in touch with your divinity. And this could be related to this feeling of being ahead of the time. Because maybe you choose to wake up before people, to realize your divinity before other people around you. So you might find yourself many times in situations, in places where people around you, they don't quite understand, they don't quite feel and perceive reality as you do. So it could be related to your divinity confirmation. Someone's screaming outside. So this divinity where you realize who you are and your core, and you're no longer grasping something externally to you. You understand that God, your divine self has always been within you, and this it's bringing lots of fulfillment for someone. This is the Nine of Cups, which shows this self-satisfaction, self-soothing. You're no longer depending on other people to tell your truth. You understand your truth, and you're sticking with it now. You're no longer feeling like left out, because if you feel like you're ahead of your time, people might actually treat you like less than you actually are, because they many times might be scared of you. They might be scared of what you have to say, and this is not part of your reality anymore. At least the cards are not showing this. The Emperor, it shows someone that's really in control of their reality. And this control, it's not a control where you're trying to avoid some sort of anxiety. For example, trying to control people, situations around you, but instead flowing with reality, because this is how this God self-awareness works, I would say. And we have here Death card in the bottom of the deck, and some cards just dropped as well, showing this transformation, this changing a perspective. I would say a perspective towards yourself, mainly. Yeah, it's a changing perspective where you used to feel like abandoned and uh, like you're different or weird, and now you can understand that there are more people like you that actually understand you, what you understand, what you're going through and what you went through. And then we have the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so what this guy's trying to say, and they fell on the ground. Mm, okay, in the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, you have been working on yourself a lot in the past, trying to fix what was not broken. There was nothing broken. You were trying to fit in, and by doing so, you're trying to heal, so you could be like uh, fitting with other people, heal something that was not broken. So it feels like it's bringing us back to the last reading where we were saying that you left the healing wheel. So this would probably be related to this situation in the past where you had to work hard, you felt like you had to improve, to fix what was not broken. But now there's this clarity with this Queen of Swords and this truth. You understanding your truth, and you understand that many people might not be ready for your truth. But either way, you are shining. This is the Queen of Wands, which shows this radiant field. And this is what we're doing right now. We are simply reflecting the field, your field back to you. And the cards are showing very clearly how divine it is. The Queen of Wands, it's showing this radiant energy. So I'm seeing this as this aura that's lifting. So you choose to wake up before other people. You choose to embody your divine self, your God self, the highest version of you before other people. And this is to bring other people with you simply by existing, simply by enjoying, by having fun, by expressing yourself like the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, she's ahead of her time. This card for me represents someone that could have been resonated in the past with situations of witch wounds and um, yeah, this is an old paradigm where someone felt like they were ahead of their time because they were too shiny. And the Queen of Wands, and she's like this. She's the desired woman or desired man in the tarot deck. We don't say the cards as feminine or masculine anyway. It could be either or. But anyway, or both. But anyway, the Queen of Wands represent a lot this energy of being ahead of your time and expressing yourself and calling attention. And many times people might not understand it because you have this strong intuition, like we see here in the Page of Cups, and it's very naive. Many times you might be perceived as naive because there is this softness about you. You're very connected to your emotions and you can express them very easily. You're not scared to show who you are and what you're here for. And this is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing. Let's see what else. And we have the Lovers and the Hangman. Yeah, so those cards are talking about choices. So the Lovers are aligned choices. So yeah, um, this was supposed to happen right now, those choices. So you could have started doing making choices to be more in alignment with yourself. And in the Hanged Man here, it's talking about sacrifices, things that you had left in the past. So you start to making choices that were in alignment with your divine self. So you most likely now in the yeah, you are you are in the highest versions that you ever been, and you are the culmination. That's what I'm feeling. You are the culmination now, from all the lifetimes, all the situations that you have endured in these lifetimes and in other ones. Okay. Yeah, and then we have the Three of Cups, which shows this community, this uh, finding people that are like you. So we start in the beginning talking about being ahead of the time and feeling lonely and feeling misunderstood because when you're different, usually you're left out. But now we are ending this with the Three of Cups, which shows this gathering, shows this finding community, finding people that are like you, that understand you, find other people that are also waking up in the same level thing and that you are, and Yeah, no longer trying to fix what was never broken, and simply being, simply remembering who you are, who you have always been. And I feel like we could end this reading here with this card. And yeah, I'm very pleased to talking to you. I'm looking forward to talking about more expansion next time. So thank you very much, and I see you very soon.